Beautiful people, it's me, Pamela, on my YouTube. Cho, no, what's the T? Siyahlazia. Patricia Mashale is like, you know what, I'm tired of imgulugudus of this world. Busy people, I'm scared of them. Yeah, she also had problems with the General Shedrack Joseph Asmiya when he used to go to court in Bloemfontein and then he wouldn't pitch. General Sibiya is the one that actually sued Patricia. But finally, as a court, he won't come. He will send his people, as in his lawyers. And then nothing will happen. And then I think eventually the case was actually dismissed. Now, so General Khumalo now, who's coming up with stories, no Patricia Mashale, the whole thing, team. He wasn't properly recruited. SAPS job as a administrative clerk there at SAPS, and then he started doing research and seeing stuff that's done by SAPS employees, criminals, and then he realized, actually, ngizoba expose. That is why even now she's staying in some safe house. I don't even know how she got to Cape Town. It's there at ad hoc. It's just crazy to me. Being a papa from the airport to wherever she's staying. As it is now, Patricia Mashale, guys, stays in a safe house. Iyasabisa into yakhe nini let's say house bakhahlela umnyango bawuhlafaza bangena endlini. It's just scary things that you see in the movies. So now she's just like, you know what, I don't care. Angithi baze bamenze ukuthi abofear for vele she doesn't care. She doesn't give two hoots about anyone. She's just like, I will expose you. Manje nodumisani naye is implicated ekutheni saying stuff about her. He was actually saying stuff about her there at her dog. It's loyal, please. Said Dreamland. She wasn't even recruited properly. She was jollering with somebody there at SAPS. Guys, I'm just like, she was a bit nervous though, but I'm just like, no, she'll be fine. Patricia Mashale was nervous, but she delivered. She was just like ngizindlale mina uJohn Khumalo ekhuluma ngento angayazi. He didn't do his homework. Akangeke phansi mina. Please. The whole general ongafuna ukucheck izinto zakhe. Why couldn't you just check properly if I was employed properly? Because I mean, you know.
I was employed on 1 August 2007 as an administration clerk in the South African Police Service. It closed. Since 2008, I have been reporting wrongdoing in the South African Police Service to an extent where I try to report everywhere, from the SAPS management to the MEC of Police, to the Premier, and to the office of the former minister, who was the late Nadine Nteta. And my last resort was the office of the former President Zuma. And he was the one who immediately instructed the minister to appoint IPID to do an investigation into the corruption that I reported. That was in 2009.
May I just take you a little bit back before you start? And you started off by giving us an introduction in your employment in SAPS. And I see from your statement you've been employed at SAPS from 2007 up until 2022. And you had the position of an admin clerk.
Yes.
Now, it has come to light, we had a witness here, General Khumalo, who gave evidence in relation to your employment at SAPS. And one of the things that he said during his testimony was that your employment at SAPS in 2007 was irregular. And he said that you failed to disclose that you were previously dismissed at the Department of Health, and that you, so you'll see in the exhibit bundle that I've given to you, he's actually attached something from SAPS,
yes,
to that effect.
Okay.
What do you have to say about that?
Yes, I heard him saying that. So in 1998, I enrolled as a student nurse at the Free State College of Nursing. It was in January 1998. In May 1998, I was admitted with acute appendicitis in hospital. I was booked off for 6 weeks. And during that time, I submitted my medical certificate to the college. And in June of 1998, I decided that nursing is actually also not my passion. So I'm not going to waste my time and proceed with it was a bursary. So I submitted my termination forms, my termination application to the Free State College of Nursing. And everything was processed, documents were submitted. So from 1998 up until 2007, I didn't do anything. I was a housewife. I raised my children. And so in 2007, there was post advertised at the South African Police Service. I applied. I went through all the stages of recruitment. Fingerprints were taken, background checks were taken, and I was appointed on 1st August 2008. Shortly after I started working, there was this rumor by Director MP Molloy, he retired as Major General Molloy, that I was dismissed from Department of Health. And I was appointed in the South African Police Service because I had a romantic relationship with a late former Deputy Provincial Commissioner, Major General Eric Nkuna. I didn't even know who the Deputy Provincial Commissioner was. But what I remember, in December of 2007, the secretary of Major General Nkuna was on leave. And I was support commander at Westpol because I was working under the component Westpol. Our support commander, Captain Stein, came to our office and she said that between us who are working in that office, they need someone to go and assist in General Nkuna's office because his secretary is on leave. No one was prepared to go, even myself, because I just started and now I must go to the 9th floor to be a secretary to the general. I don't know. No one was prepared to go. At the end of the day, the staff officer of the general decided that they are just going to randomly choose someone to go. That was Captain Baikis at the time. He also retired as Lieutenant Colonel Baikis. And Captain Stein came to me and said, Patricia, Captain Baikis called and they say you must go and work at the general's assistant general's office. I didn't have a choice. It was an instruction. So I went to work in the general's office. I was assisting there for 2 weeks. Now, Director Peter Molloy's wife was working with me in the same office. Her name is also Patricia Molloy. And I don't know how the story started, but suddenly I now had a romantic relationship with General Nkuna, and he was the one who appointed me. General Nkuna didn't work in recruitment. He was not part of the recruitment. What they should have done, they should have go to my personal file and check how I was appointed, how I went through the recruitment process. But at the end of the day, I was charged departmentally because the allegation was now that I failed to disclose that I was dismissed at the Department of Health. I won that case because there was a departmental trial. The generals from HR head offices was called as witnesses. Department of Health HR was called as witnesses, and they came and testified to say she did submit everything, her documents. Department of the Health are the ones who failed to capture her application, to capture her termination. And then what I did, then I went to my lawyer. I filed a defamation case against Molloy, and the court granted me damages. I filed for 100,000. The court granted me 50,000 in damage. And I did in my annexes submit all those documents relating to the departmental trial, relating to how that case was finalized.
Where in your statement do you reference that finding where you got a damages claim? Is it referred to in your statement?
On the presentation that I referred to, because on the presentation that I referred to, there's other matters that I'm going to discuss on that presentation. That's where I referred it to.
So if you look at exhibit, that small exhibit bundle, page 1, where they give your personal information from the Department of Health.
That's one.
The first page. It's indicated there, and it's sort of marked in black. I don't know if you can see properly, but it said there that the reason why, it said you resigned in in 1998 on the first page. And if you look at the second page, it said that the reason why you denied is because of dissertation.
Yes.
So these documents are they then false, or
If you can
not valid?
If you can look at the date said 14/12/2007.
Okay.
In that bundle that I sent you, the annexes that I'll send you, you will find there where they say that the reason why it was captured as desertion is because Department of Health failed to capture the documents that I submitted to terminate the enrollment. And just on this again, Lieutenant General Khumalo is the head of crime intelligence. It was easy for him to go and check on my personal file because the documents that I submitted to on the email, my personal file, you would have seen that in the departmental trial, it was where I was charged in 2008. I was acquitted in that trial. You would have seen the documents that I submitted where I filed for defamation. You would have seen the court order. You would have seen the letter that was sent by General Masimula, was the head of support at that time, to say that this matter is regarded as finalized because it was not the fault of it was not my fault, but it was the fault of the Department of Health. So before I came here, my lawyers told me that even when you ask me about this, because currently they are also busy with the defamation suit against General Khumalo relating to this matter.
Or maybe once the annexures are printed, you can then take the committee to the relevant documents that you're referring to.